Things keep getting worse for Jontay Porter as more reports have come out from Adrian Wojnarowski regarding this scandal that's going on with the Toronto Raptors center. So we're going to break down the latest information, what it means for his future with the Toronto Raptors as well as in the NBA. So lots of stuff to break down. Again, if you want to stay up to date with all of the latest on all of this news surrounding the Toronto Raptors, make sure to subscribe. Over 55% of our viewers are not subscribed to the channel just yet, so it would mean the world to us if you guys could hit that subscribe button. But if you missed it earlier, Jontay Porter is currently being investigated. The NBA is officially looking into a little scandal that's happening regarding sports betting and Jontay Porter. I made a full video that came out yesterday regarding this entire situation, but I'll recap a little bit of it here. But I will say, in the same vein I said at the start of that video, this is all not 100% proven yet. These are reports, these are investigations that are currently going on. Again, it continues to look worse for Jontay Porter as more and more info, more and more Twitter sleuths are coming out of the woodwork, but it's not official yet, so we do have to take everything, with that sort of frame in mind. Hoping this is just a misunderstanding. Hopefully this is a misfire by the investigators, in terms of what's going on with this entire situation. But basically, we had a little bomb drop from Adrian Wojnarowski revealing an article that says there's an NBA investigation in the prop betting irregularities regarding Raptors Jontay Porter. And I won't read the full report. I did that in yesterday's video. But basically, what's happened is there's multiple games, and once against the Memphis Grizzlies, and once or against the Clippers, and then against the Grizzlies, and one recent game where Jontay Porter had an over-under in terms of points. So you could bet on whether or not he would score a certain amount of points, certain amount of rebounds, certain amount of assists, and in those games he ended up leaving with an eye injury or an illness, something that it's kind of easy to fake, in theory, right? So he left the game, so the betting accounts, you could still bet on him, but he wasn't going to hit those over-under targets. So there was apparently irregular betting patterns, so those games that he left, a lot of people were betting the under on Jontay Porter. Again, bet on yourself. Fred VanVleet said Jontay Porter was going with the under. He was betting the other way that Fred VanVleet did with his contracts and stuff like that. But basically, Jontay Porter, there's speculation with the irregular sort of betting things that are going out there now that he was a part of it. Again, he purposely sort of sat out these games or played the beginning and then left sort of in the middle, so people that knew he was going to leave could bet a lot of money on the under and then get paid out. One more deeper explanation, check out the video from yesterday. But more news has come out regarding this situation as we have some details in terms of how much money was actually in play for this whole scenario, what's going on. Basically, more reporting from ESPN's David Perdman is that at least one other U.S. sportsbook, and again, the main sportsbook that was in Woj's report was DraftKings, but one other U.S. sportsbook detected unusual betting interest in Porter's props in games in question. A sports industry source told ESPN that multiple betting accounts attempted to bet large amounts, upwards of $10,000 and $20,000 on Jontay Porter unders in a January game against the Clippers. So, again, we know sports betting's getting pretty degenerate out there. There's a lot of people betting a lot of money on different sort of factors in different games, but I'd be hard-pressed to believe there's a lot of people, especially in January, no one knew really who Jontay Porter was, that your casual sports bettors are out there saying, oh, I got a line here. We're putting $10,000 to $20,000 on Jontay Porter under in rebounds, for this Toronto Raptors crew. That seems extremely suspicious. That seems something crazy, especially given the fact he left the game. I mean, who on earth would be doing that if they didn't sort of have an insider scoop? Again, it's all alleged, there's speculation, all that sort of stuff here now at this point. Basically, the report continues on that betting limits in the NBA prop bets vary from sportsbook and by sportsbook and customer, but they're typically around 1,000 to 2,000 people. So people were trying to do whatever they could to bet on Jontay Porter props against the Clippers, the source said. And then just a few days ago, the same thing happened. We had a bunch of people trying to bet the under for more. So basically, what's happened now, and multiple sports books are confirming their information together on this, is that when Jontay Porter had a few games, had a few things that are going on, and ended up leaving those games kind of irregularly, A lot of people just dumped a bunch of money, upwards of that $10,000 to $20,000 mark on those sports books, and other ones where there was caps and limits in terms of how much you could bet in those sort of betting parlays or whatever the heck you want to call it, right? People were just scrambling to sort of put as much money as possible in terms of making money on Jontay Porter, not hitting those marks, hitting those targets, whatever the specific betting lingo is. So that's a bit crazy. That's the fact that it's multiple books, it's multiple games, and even recent games as well. That's not a good look for Jontay Porter. It's not just one issue with DraftKings or someone found a crazy line or something like that. This is sort of something that looks organized. It looks planned. And again, hasn't been fully confirmed, fully, proven in a court of law or anything like that, and it might be something that's very tough to prove, but we'll see how the pattern recognition stuff comes out. Definitely not looking good for Jontay Porter with all the evidence that is sort of amounting here now at this point. And then New York Basketball also sort of did this in response to the stuff that's coming out, saying that Jontay Porter has a quote saying he once turned $5,000 into $100,000, and Jontay Porter is an active social media about his opinions or his options and crypto trading. He co-founded a firm that sells trading tips. On this 2021 podcast, he talks about some of his best trades. So again, we all, as someone that worked as a software engineer in the crypto industry for a while, prior to me working at NASDAQ and stuff, I'm familiar with the crypto space, the trading stuff, and all those types of things. I mean, you know, it's an interesting place. It's an interesting place, and people are guaranteeing crazy returns and stuff. It's a little bit. There's overlap. There's some overlap in terms of the sports gambling stuff. These are links. This is speculative stuff, so I don't want to go too much into this. But take that for what you will. Jontay Porter saying he's able to turn $5,000 and $100,000. Maybe in 2021. 2021, you probably could have done it, and then it crashed and it's back up now, so buy your Ethereum. But basically, there's also this picture going around where Jontay Porter, I think this was like in the OKC game. I'm not 100% sure. I had the full clip, but couldn't get it up for this video. But basically, Jontay Porter reacting to a three that he banked in. It looked like he tried to miss it, or at least he banked it in, and then he came back on the court with this really just frustrated scowl on his face. So people are saying that he was trying to sell that shot. He tried to miss that open look, which is absolutely bananas. But basically, there's a lot of stuff. Again, those last two ones aren't as important as the Woj stuff that has been coming out there, regarding Jontay Porter. But man, I'm just hoping this isn't true. I'm just hoping that there's a reasonable explanation for what's going on. Someone sold a betting bot and they automatically put it on Jontay Porter. I don't know. I don't know what it could be, which would make this sound reasonable, but he's a guy that had a really fun story, a really fun sort of narrative. Saw the jersey swap with MPJ and his brother. I mean, I want to root for Jontay Porter, but if he's out here purposely selling games, selling shots to make some money on DraftKings, I think that's just crazy. That's some people in the comments in the last year like, oh, you're making a big deal out of this. I mean, this is a huge deal. This is something like that is one of the biggest deals in the NBA. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. You guys are the best to make it star. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. I'm signing out. Cheers.